if you're here, then I trust that the divine has sent you here for a reason. Spirit has sent you here for a reason, whatever you believe in. And so we need to see what messages that you have from your guides, from your ancestors, from the all, okay? So let's see. We got the Page of Inspiration in reverse. Okay, so that's represents you. It's like, so the Page of Inspiration is very, they use their energy in a very clear way, and they know what they are wanting to do, and they do it for the fun of doing it. It's like they're doing art for the fun of doing art. They're, you know, something like that. And they also, you know, when it's reversed, it's like when they face an obstacle, so there must be an obstacle here, it kind of gets them in a frenzy. So it feels like you're in a little bit of a frenzy here. You feel you're not completely protected because we have that cat in the background. Maybe you feel a little unsafe about something. So we have the Queen of Inspiration. Interesting. So we have 2 court cards. So 2 cards that talk about like personality traits, or how you are as a person right now. This could be another person and so it's very similar though, but the Queen of Inspiration, she's just more disciplined, but she also does things. She represents kind of a pure energy of her suit. So let's see, but what is she doing it for? I think this is you trying to balance out that frenzy, and then you end up getting, you know, getting in a frenzy again for the same reason, and you end up being a little bit brutal, and probably to yourself, maybe to others, but it's like you get in a frenzy, you get lost in what you're doing, you don't really know the next direction to take, and so therefore you try and bring in this Queen of Inspiration energy, and once you do, you still can't find the direction, so you start getting angry about it. And that's normal. We get frustrated. And especially if you know human design, if you are a generator, I think frustration, I don't know if that's just me or if it's all generators, but frustration is a very good sign that you have, what was it? Frustration is a sign that you need to kind of let go and allow something to happen instead of trying to force something to happen. Okay, because once we try to force it, it blocks it, right? So yeah, and I'm hearing taking it out on somebody. So you might be you might have somebody else taking something out on you. So this all could be somebody else, their behavior to you. So just take it as it applies, if it applies, or let it fly. So what else here? So this is upright, so it's not the obstacle, but you're collaborating with somebody. It seems like there's people around you that are collaborating with you, and they might be even trying their best, or you're trying your best, and then there's we're just going to say there's someone, whether it be you or someone else, who is getting frustrated because they can't figure out exactly how things are supposed to go. Like they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they feel like they're doing what they're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden somebody comes up and says, well, actually no, that's not right, and you need to start over, or you need to do this again, or you need to rethink your whole what you're doing here. And so that's why you're getting frustrated, although I still think that this is a harmonious connection in general. So this was reversed. So this is the obstacle that makes the other 2 reverse here. So, and the 7 of emotions, it's about delusions, it's about imagination, it's about dreams, it's about kind of daydreams, fantasies. So, and choices, like having a lot of choices. Maybe that's what it is. You don't know which way to go, and these people, it's like they're trying to help you, but they don't realize that your problem is something that is not, like, your problem is a different problem, right? You have this problem. Your problem is you don't know which ice cream to choose, but they think that it's because you don't know if you want ice cream or a brownie, right? So they're telling you, well, maybe you can try a cookie, maybe you can try the brownie, maybe you can try a different brownie, maybe you don't need to have it with walnuts in it or pecans or whatever. And you're like, that's not that's not my problem. And like but they are trying. So if you end up kind of like getting frustrated with them, just remind yourself that they're trying their best. And if this is not you, this is the opposite situation, then you can tell them, hey, like, look, like, I'm sorry, maybe I don't realize what the problem is. And I apologize for making assumptions, but maybe you can fill me in. And if you don't have to, and if you don't need my help, then I'll let it go. But and if it's a work thing, maybe you need to work with them, then just say like, look, come to me when you're ready to talk about it, and we'll talk about it. Okay. But somebody also get delusions are a serious thing there, but I feel like that's a totally different scenario. So but if there is somebody who's deluded, I really don't think that's you, then it's like there's really nothing you can do. You would like to work with them, and that's why you're frustrated, because you would like to help them, but you can't because they're delusional. You know, you can't convince them of a reality that they're convinced of, even if it is clearly not the reality, right? Like if they think the sky is pink, and they're like, you know, the sky is pink. You are not going to convince me of anything else. That sky is pink. I'm looking at it. It's pink. And you're like, bruh, the sky is not pink. But they're just going to get mad at you for trying to make sure that for you trying to tell them that the sky is pink. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to be able to be changed. So that's a different story. Those are two different stories there. Anything else, Spirit? We're going to keep this under 10. Today has been a good day for shorter messages, which thank God, because I felt like Spirit was talking a lot the past few weeks. Okay, transformation, death. Okay, what is this death card for, please, Spirit? Well, clearly the situation is going to end. The situation's transforming. So hopefully that means the situation is transforming, and the blockages here, we'll call them blockages, the problems you're having, will transform into a solution. And that's what, you know, lately I've been feeling that more with the death card. Like sometimes it is like an ending, or even like a thing that you don't want to happen, like a serious incident. But then other times it really is just a transformation of the energy to something better. Yeah, and especially when it's upright like that. So I think this is trying to come out. Awakening. Okay, that's judgment in the regular tarot. You're going to come to a massive realization about this, especially if you're at the second story. Because she's looking, from my perspective, she's looking directly at that 7 of emotions. And so, yeah, and otherwise, you're making a decision about how to move forward with this. Clearly you're going to, I mean, that's obvious, but like, I feel like it's gonna be very marked in your mind. It's not gonna be like a little decision, even if these are, I feel like these are a lot of little incidents, but they're adding up to a bigger issue. And so you've already made, or you are going to make a big decision. Maybe the decision is to end something. Maybe you're just going to end this collaboration or this relationship with a group or with another person, but with a job, or maybe you're gonna put boundaries up with this person who is delusional and say, I can't help you until you help yourself. And so we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Queen of Swords in reverse, she is very stuck in her problems. She's very stuck in thinking about what all of her problems and kind of exaggerating them in a way. And I don't like to say that because it's never an exaggeration from the person's point of view. They really do feel that way, and so it's not actually an exaggeration, but from your perspective it looks like that, okay? Or from other people's perspective it looks like you're exaggerating, but you're not. But I also get, like, because it's reversed here, that maybe this transformation or this ending that you're bringing about is being taken very badly by somebody. And so it might be causing more problems, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. So let's see, what's the result here, Spirit? What do we really need to know about this? Thank you, Spirit. The Devil, it was in reverse as well, but I feel like it's more upright here. So I guess we'll not keep it under 10, but close to that. So the devil can be about tricksters. It can be about bad intentions. It could be about but then I guess in reverse, and it's also attachments. People being attached to you. Somebody being attached to you, you being attached to a situation or something like that. So this is somebody not wanting to let go of this. They don't want to let go of this problem, and so the frustration might continue until you set a serious boundary. Okay, so when they set a serious boundary, what will happen? And of course, this isn't the second story. I think in the first story we already got a resolution. And it's also warning for the second story not to allow your mind to make these problems into bigger problems just because they're adding up. It doesn't make each problem that big, you know? It's just like it feels that way because they're adding up. So temperance in reverse here. Okay. You're just it's like an unwanted patience. It's like an unwanted patience. Yeah, I just repeated myself. I don't know why. So maybe somebody's been repeating themselves a lot. Maybe they've been repeating themselves, and it's annoying to you, or maybe you've been having to repeat yourself, and you don't like that. Like you don't like having to repeat yourself ever. But then people are making you repeat yourself, and you're like, "What is? Are you listening? Why aren't you listening to me?" So yeah, you're just asked to, like, you can't be patient forever with people. You're gonna have to set a boundary. That's got to be it, because it just continues and continues, like, and that's what it feels like. This situation has been going on too long, especially for that second story, and it's just like you can't continue this. It's getting old. Knight of Emotions. Okay. Yeah, you have to look out for yourself and how you feel first. But he's also compassionate. So having compassion while also having compassionate boundaries, okay, and being like, and leaning into that water energy, and not going backwards, because he's going backwards, but it was reversed, to be honest. So he is going backwards, but it's in reverse. He's not going backwards, right? It's advice. Don't go backwards. So don't go back on your boundaries until you see a change. And don't go back on your decisions about this first situation until you see what you need to see. So if people are like, if they're still not understanding you, if you're still not on the same wavelength, then just like take a step back. It doesn't mean that it's over. It just means, like, it needs to have a pause with this death card. It needs to have a pause, and then come back later when things are a little settled, and I think you'll find a resolution more easily. Yeah. Lovers. Yeah, harmony. Okay, finally. So harmony is coming in the end. It's just like you're gonna have to wait it out, and to wait it out, you might need to step back and not allow this to continue, or at least step back and just let it fizzle. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be a serious situation, especially for the first one. But somebody needs to just let it be for a little bit. I don't know. That's what I just keep getting. And also not having to repeat yourself anymore. If somebody doesn't want to listen to you the first time, you don't have to. You can just end the conversation there and let them know once that you're not going to keep repeating yourself for every time. And then after that, you can say, look, you don't say anything. You can say, look to yourself, look, I'm not doing this right now, and walk away, or stop texting, or turn on your do not disturb notifications, whatever it is. You don't need to be involved with it. Okay, have a great day.